Hi, good morning everyone. I'm JP Thong on our Kechara Forest Retreat, and today is day 81 of Mindful Morning Meditation. I hope everyone had a good rest this morning. Let's do a bit of stretching for now as we're waiting for the rest of you to tune. All right, so let's stretch our right arm. Remember to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Take long, deep breaths and change your arms. Take long, deep breaths through your nostrils. Okay, let's turn and stretch the back slowly. Again, take long, deep breaths. All right, let's turn the other way, slowly. All right, tilt your head to one side, stretch the neck muscles. And tilt the other way. Tilt forward. And tilt your head backwards. Okay, and we are done. Let's see who's here this morning. Hi, Dr. Han, good morning. Emily, Jerry, Jillian, Hannah, good morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. And the rest of you, let me see. Hi, Cindy, good morning. Suming. Hi, Suming. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Tae. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, so we just finished doing the stretching. So now what we're going to do is the 9-round breathing meditation. All right. So if you're on the floor, let's bring a cushion. Make sure that it is firm so that you can sit at the edge of your cushion. And if you're seated on a chair or a sofa, please sit at the edge as well, and make sure that the seat is firm as well. Otherwise, you'll be slouching and you'll be getting a backache during the meditation. Okay, so let's do the 9-round breathing meditation. Bring out your left hand, thumb down. Wrap your thumb with your fingers. Put your left fist under your right armpit. Right hand on your left nostril and breathe in. Breathe in all the way and breathe out all the way. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, let's change hands. Right hand out, thumb down. Wrap your thumb with your fingers. Put your right fist under your left armpit. Left hand on your right nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Both hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Great, and we are done. Let's see. Hi, Jenny. Good morning, 早晨. Nancy, Pastor Honey, thank you for tuning in. Okay, seems like there are more people here this morning. I guess it's because of the CMCO. So, unfortunately, we have the CMCO, and fortunately, I guess, so now everyone is forced to stay home and stay safe. I think it's the only way until the situation improves. So since we're going to be staying home, I think it's great to also check in with ourselves again, since we've been very busy catching up the last few months after being locked down for so many months. It's time to take some time to practice meditation so that we can control the mind. And when we control the mind, we will not feel that withdrawal syndrome that we experienced when we first started with the lockdown. So, and that's where we learn to find that inner peace or realize that inner peace in us without having to always go out and do what we are used to doing. All right, so that's the good news of the lockdown, where in a nutshell, you can actually practice controlling the mind. Okay, so don't forget, happiness, whether you're happy or unhappy, whatever the emotions are, they all arise from the mind. Okay, so either way, the key here is to work on the mind. All right, so I'm very happy that all of you can join me this morning. Okay, so this morning we'll be again doing the 45-minute meditation. So if you want to go to the bathroom, please do so. And when we do the 45-minute meditation, try your best not to move around too much. But of course, if you're having pins and needles on your lower limbs, then you can shift. All right? You can always shift your body when you're feeling uncomfortable. All right? So, and try your best not to scratch because the itch will go away. Unless you're being bitten by an insect, you can kind of just swat it away. But otherwise, try your best to focus on the breath around your nostril area. Okay? I've done that many, many times, and you know, if there's no insect, then within like a few seconds, 10, 20 seconds, you notice that the itch actually goes away. Okay? And same thing with your thoughts and your emotions. if we don't focus on the thoughts and emotions that arise, then again, they will go away. All right, so after that, please share with me your thoughts. Hi, Christina. Welcome back, Christina. So, okay, so let's start 45 minutes on the single-pointed, we call this the single-pointed meditation. Okay, what's a single-point meditation? We focus on one point. So the easiest is to focus on the breath, because you can go on your vacation anywhere around the world, or you can be in your office or wherever, and you can just focus on your breath. You know, remember when we first started, many of you were asking me, oh, can I focus on a candle, on my holy image, and whatever it is that you were saying? I said, of course you can, but be mindful that we ourselves, our mind is always used to certain habituations. Okay, and remember a few months later, you told me that, oh, you know, you were in your office, some of you didn't bring your object that you would meditate on, that you would focus on when you were at home, and you didn't know how to focus. So that is that issue here, because as beginners, because we're so used to focusing on one thing, and when we don't have it, for some reason, you're just disoriented. Okay? So just be aware of that. So that's why it's the easiest to just focus on your breath. That's the logic behind it. All right? So of course, when we are more advanced in our meditation, you can meditate on anything, because don't forget, after this meditation exercise that we do, you use that same skill to focus on your task at hand and your intention, whatever your intention is for that day. So no matter how busy you are or how many things are out there that are going to be distracting you, your mind will not be distracted, because you've learned to focus. See, that is how you apply the meditation onto your daily lives. Okay, the real practice is after the meditation, how you apply the control of your mind outside of the room that you're in. That's the real practice. It's going to be very difficult, but as I said all the time, watch the distraction, watch the sound, watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, watch the people or the situation in front of you who are distracting you, and bring your focus back to your intention or whatever it is that you're working on at that point of time. You see that bringing back the focus, that is the skill that we're trying to hone right now. Okay, so it is okay when your monkey mind keeps jumping up and down and all that. When you keep bringing your focus back to your breath, bring it back to your breath, that is the practice that we are aiming for. So the faster you can bring your focus back to the breath, then the easier it is when you're outside of your room, where the real distraction comes. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's get going. Hi Xingkoi, hi Kok Yuan. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, so let's do this 45 minutes. And after that, I will read through the gratitude journal that I've written yesterday, and I will read a wisdom quote. Okay, so we will run slightly more than an hour at this point, because our meditation is now 45 minutes, so it doesn't leave us with much time to share. Okay, so if you don't mind, we will extend a few more minutes. Okay, so let's get started. Today we have Freon behind the camera, and she will help us with the time. All right, so let's get started. Please sit at the edge of your seat. Okay, your limbs, fold them. If you're seated on the chair, just make sure that your legs are together, and the bottom of your feet are flat onto the ground. Okay, if your legs cannot touch the ground, maybe have a cushion so that your feet can touch the cushion. Okay, your hands can be palm up, palm down, or this way. Either way is fine. Relax your shoulders, tilt your chin downwards so that your spine is straight up. Relax your shoulders. Okay, and you can close your eyes or you can have your eyes half open. If you close your eyes, make sure that you do not fall asleep. If you do, just open your eyes, your eyelid halfway, and let's start. All right, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the healing white light. Fill your entire body in this white light. And when you breathe out, visualize your negative emotions as dark smoke. Breathe out through your nostrils. Every time you breathe in, visualize white healing light and fill your entire body from the top of your head all the way to the tip of your fingers and the tip of your toes. Your entire body is now glowing in this healing white light. There's no room for darkness. Visualize your aches and pains and your illnesses as dark smoke and breathe them all out through your nostrils. Bring your focus around on your nostril area. Notice the sensation of the air entering your nostril and leaving your nostrils. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, watch the sounds. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. You're very relaxed, very calm. Your entire focus is now on your nostrils. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to your nostril area. Focus on the air going in and out of nostrils and coming out from a nostril. Focus on the sensation of the air as it enters your nostril and every time you breathe out through your nostril. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. Watch your aches and pains. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. If you're falling asleep, bring your focus back to the nostril area. Whatever emotions you're going through, bring your focus back to the nostril area. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. Watch your aches and pains, your itch. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. 3, 2, 1. And we're done. Okay, so we just finished a 45-minute single-pointed meditation. Do share with me your experience for today. Okay, so as you're writing, I'm going to share with you what I wrote in my gratitude journal yesterday. Number 1, I'm grateful to have had a follow-up checkup with my doctor. Number 2, I'm grateful to have incorporated some new exercise routine for a healthier lifestyle. Number 3, I'm grateful to have found suitable tiles for the new chapel I'm currently building. Okay, so that's what I wrote in my gratitude journal yesterday. And as you're writing, I will also like to read out today's sponsor. So today's sponsor, the first one is anonymous, dedication, dedicated towards all beings' liberation from suffering and attainment for pure compassion and wisdom. And number 2, sponsor is Corinne Tan, dedication for Tan Wu Bi. So thank you very much for sponsoring today's program. If you'd like to sponsor, you can always look out for the link at the end of this program. Okay, there's a link above. And again, your sponsorship, your contribution would actually enable us to continue with our program that we have online for all of you. All right? All right, so do we have any sharing today? Okay, I think you're still writing. All right, as you're writing, I will read out again I'll read out a wisdom quote from 108 Ways to Grab My Apples. Okay, it's a coffee table book from my teacher, His Eminence Tam Rinpoche. So today's quote is, harmful things that come into our lives can transform us and be a cause for us to generate a stronger and better mind. I'll repeat. Harmful things that come into our lives can transform us and be a cause for us to generate a stronger and better mind. So what does this mean? Well, it's about looking at having a new perspective of obstacles, whatever obstacles that we experience, especially the harmful ones, the negative ones. These, we can actually look at it from a different point of view, whereby we use that to help us hone the resilience of our mind. You see, as I've said many, many times, the law of nature is such that situations and people are very unpredictable and very disappointing. Disappointing in a way that it's not because it's their fault, it's because we have a point of view whereby we always expect certain people or certain things to be of a certain standard or a certain situation. See, it's because of our wrong perception of life in general. We always think that a person should be like this or like that. We always think that situations should be like this or like that because we put in the effort to change things or to try to control the situation. But the fact is that in nature, many things are unpredictable, no matter how much we try to control the person or the situation. And if we embrace that fact instead of fighting it, we will realize that, yes, there's so much we can do. We embrace it. So it gives us that resilience to keep going at it, to keep trying. Try other ways. All right, so So I'll repeat. So harmful things that come into our lives can transform us. So harmful things, quote unquote, harmful things, things that are challenging, things that hurt us, that disappoint us, that make us very unhappy because they do not match our expectations. When we look at it from a different perspective, it helps us change our perspective by realizing that they're not at fault. We are at fault ultimately because we project our expectations on them. So because we realize that, we've gained a certain wisdom. We've gained a certain wisdom that life is such, that life is unpredictable, and it doesn't always turn out the way we would like it to be. Okay, so that makes it would generate a stronger and better mind. Stronger and better mind, what does that mean? A better mind, a mind that perceives nature the way they are. The mind that perceives nature the way they are and not how we think they should be. I'll repeat. A mind that perceives the way things are and not the way we think they should be. That is the key. A lot of times we react, be it positively or negatively. Either way, when we react positively because things turn out the way we expect, that's why we're very happy and we're celebrating. But when it turns out otherwise, we get disappointed, a lot get depressed, stressed, angry, whatever it is that you go through in a negative way, because they don't match our expectation. So it's not their fault; it's us. So we need to learn to realize that. There's so much we can do, but it doesn't bring us down, because if there's something that we want to pursue, we have to keep going at it, 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 because instead of reacting to every result, we actually focus on the intention. So the intention is there, but there are thousands of ways, of methods to get to achieving or realizing the intention. Okay, and that makes the mind better and stronger. So it helps us hone the mind to be resilient. Not hard, but very malleable and very, very resilient. And that is the key to strengthening the mind. Is the key to strengthening the mind, and that is very, very important if we want to live in peace and happiness. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see who has what are your sharing today. Congren, gratitude, good weather. Okay. Daughter just graduated and secured employment and should be going to work on Monday. Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations, Congren. Was constantly distracted and had to refocus, but I'm glad to quickly watch it and not to analyze. This meditation is a great method to control our mind and focus to improve our daily life. Definitely. Today, my mind was going up and down, up and down, up and down. Up and down in a sense that I kept thinking of things. My mind was not very grounded. There were times that it was grounded, and there were times it was thinking of certain things. Close to the end of the meditation, there was a past memory that surfaced. It was a memory of myself when I was in kindergarten. So past memories, and I totally forgot about it. So, what I did when I was a child, 3 years old, 4 years old, that came out. I was like, oh, okay. See, whatever arises in our past, because we may think we have forgotten, but actually it's all kept in our memory. So things like that will actually arise. So instead of analyzing it, we just watch it and then focus back on the breath. So things like that do happen when we meditate. Yiman, for today's session, more distraction by thoughts and less deep focus. Okay? And Yiman, JP, one question pertaining to how the mind works. You often say that everything is impermanent, including our feeling and emotion. How about faith? Why do you think that some people's faith in someone or something seems to be unshakable, whilst for some people their faith changes after a while or even after a long period of time? Well, it's because we are very fickle. The human mind is very, very fickle. We perceive, because we latch on to things that bring us, a lot of times, instant gratification, a form of happiness. Okay, there are many, many reasons, but I will quote some. So for some of us who, or most of us, who actually focus on activities, on people, we think will bring us happiness. That's why we keep going at it, keep going at it, keep going at it, keep going at it. And when they do not, and after a while we get bored, quote unquote, and they don't, and activities and people don't bring us that happiness, then we move on, and we move on, and we move on. The issue is this, is because they were because of the wrong perception that people and activities and situations would give us permanent happiness. Actually, they don't. Happiness, it's within here. It's how we perceive life. It is a state of mind. Happiness and inner peace, they are a state of mind. It cannot be triggered by situations and people. It cannot. Those are just instant gratification, which is not long-lasting. And hence, the mind is very fickle in a sense that they keep changing from activity to activity, from person to person. So to you, it may look like they're not as faithful, they're not as loyal. All right, and that's what happens. All right, so, but when it comes to faith, you see, faith in, be it your spiritual practice, be it your holistic activities like yoga, meditation, and all that. When we have the wrong perception and have certain expectations that are wrong, and they are not met, when our wrong perception and our wrong expectations are not met, again, we will lose faith, and then we'll change. So it is not the faith or that holistic activities that is at fault. It is our perception. It's our perception. We always think, oh, if I do this for 1 month, then I should be fine. If I do this for 1 year, I should be fine. Oh, if I do this this holistic activity, then I should immediately find that inner peace and happiness. So, and it doesn't happen. And you go, oh, I'm going through more emotional turmoil. I'm more unhappy. I'm opening up cans of worms that I am not supposed to open, and it triggers the Pandora's box, and I'm going through some emotional upheaval. All of that is going to happen when we confront our mind. Ultimately, when we confront the mind, that's where happiness arises. Remember, all that happiness and inner peace all comes from the mind. So we have to tackle it. When we tackle it, we will slowly unleash certain things that are buried deep down. So step by step, taking baby steps, we slowly revisit them. And that is why when the emotions are triggered, you see, like just now, can you imagine a past memory from my childhood came out? I think I was 3-4 years old. I totally forgot about it, and I just go, oh, and it came out. So instead of analyzing and go, oh, what's that about? Nothing. It's just that it just needed to come out. So you can feel bouts of happiness, unhappiness, anger, frustration, whatever it is that we suppressed or that we locked up in our emotional baggage. They will start when we start calming the mind, it will start to unleash. And these are the things that will make us feel lighter. That's why we say watch the emotions, watch the thoughts. Thoughts are forms of memory. Okay? Memory. These are all the thoughts. Watch it. Once you watch it, it'll go away. See, now I actually forgot what that thought was, what that past memory was about, because I just watched it without analyzing. It's like, what's that about? Is there a message there that I need to be aware of? There's no message there. Just let it pass. Let it all pass. Whatever has happened has happened. Okay, there's nothing to do. There's nothing we can do about it to correct it. What we can correct is our way we react to certain situations in the past. Okay, let me repeat. We cannot change our past, but we can change the way we perceive and the way we react to them. And that is what part of healing is all about. So watch it, go, watch it, and it'll go. Okay, practice that, Yiman, and you will see what I mean. Whatever has happened in the past has happened. Okay, if you believe in karma, that's our karma. If you believe in God, then it's God's lesson for us. Whatever it is, it has happened. Learn from it. There's nothing much you can do except to change the way you perceive it and the way you react to it. That's why today's quote is so apt. No matter how we perceive how negative it is, we perceive them as negative. Yes, they are. Some of them are negative because it hurts you. It hurts you. It can hurt you physically. It can hurt you emotionally. Either way, learn from it. Learn to look at it from a different perspective. Nothing to blame. There's nothing to blame. Learn from it. Embrace it. Learn from it. And build a stronger and better mind. A more resilient mind, as a matter of fact. Okay. I hope that helps, yeah, Giman? So, when you say that some faith are unshakable, well, some people, their faith changed for a while, well, because people whose faith are unshakable is because they are more focused on their intention. Okay? And that is why some people are more successful than others, because they are very focused with whatever it is that they would like to achieve. That's why for athletes, for Olympians, people who need to compete on a global level, you will notice it's all about the strength of the mind at the end of the day. Who has the stamina and the resilience of the mind to last longer? It's all about the mind. Initially, it's about the skill. And when everyone is so good at it, then it all boils down to the resilience. And that's why they go through a lot of painful, long trainings to build that resilience of the mind, to focus on winning, to keep going at it, and to keep going at it until they win. Okay, for those of you who play sports or who like to watch sports, that's what they talk about. It's building the resilience to focus. And with that same skill, you can apply it in every aspect of your mind. And that is what is going to make you successful. Either it'll make you, or it'll break you. Everything comes from the mind. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, Cogduan, I think our mind is conditioned since young that it has to be occupied all the time, and hence we end up today with a mind that's constantly jumping around and difficult to focus clearly. Is this logical? Yes, Cogduan, of course. And that is why in many places around the world right now, there are people who actually who incorporate meditation in school. There are foundations that actually fund schools that actually have, so that they can have a curriculum of mindfulness training. 15 minutes for the kids just to calm down and just focus. And that's it. No, there's not a religion or whatever. It's like going to the gym, but for the mind. And that is why in Kechara, our Sunday kids class is actually very popular, because why? Well, it enables your children to have an option to experience and to learn how to calm the mind. And that's very, very important as they grow. Okay, a lot of children get out of hand or out of control is because they were never trained to control the mind, and hence the emotions up and down, up and down. Oh, I want this, I want that. And then if you don't give it to them, they'll cry, they'll make a scene. They're out of control. They have never learned to control their emotions. And where do emotions arise from? The mind. The mind. Does that make sense? So fun. Hi JP, I prefer to sit in full lotus position, but it can't stand for 45 minutes and I have to adjust my legs. Do you think I should sit in a comfortable position instead so that I won't be distracted by the pins and needles sensation, or I should continue sitting in full lotus position to train the legs to familiarize with the set position in long run? What's your thoughts? Okay, so fun. To me, I would rather just sit like this or half lotus. If you can, try half lotus. Half lotus is where, just one leg up all the way up to your thighs like this. Half a lotus. All right? Because it's pointless if you're going to have major cramps when you're meditating and you're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting. All right? Because you can stretch if you feel a lot of cramps and pins and needles when you do it. Stretch. Always stretch your lower limbs before you do this. Okay? Practice makes perfect, but if you're always constantly struggling, do half lotus first. Then when your muscles and your limbs are more flexible, then you can eventually do a full lotus position. You see, because I'm not that flexible, so I just do what's comfortable. Because what we're trying to do here is to practice focusing, practice focusing and controlling the mind. That's the focus. That's why I'm not even strict on your hands having to be like this, or whatever. Some people do like this, some people like this. To me, right now, at our level, it really, really doesn't matter. What really matters is just be comfortable. Even if you cannot sit on the floor, sit on a chair. It's just as good. Sit on a sofa, but sit at the edge so that you don't slouch and you fall asleep. That's all. Okay, our key here is train to control the mind. All right, I hope that makes sense. So fun. Christina, great gratitude, grateful for my mask, grateful of natural remedies, and able to travel to see my acupuncturist. Definitely, thank you so much. Okay, time has we exceeded time 25 minutes. So sorry about that, but I really enjoy sharing with all of you. I hope you feel the same as well. All right, so on that note, we'll continue with tomorrow's morning meditation at 8:30 a.m. All right, so have a great Saturday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Now, again, do share our session on your private page so that your friends and your family members and whoever's on your Facebook may stumble upon it, and perhaps that would actually encourage them to join us. All right, they may not be able to join us live, but they can actually watch it when they are free. You never know who actually will be open to this, because as you know by now how helpful it is to just sit here and calm the mind. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.